Hello, Aries. Very happy to see you. Let's go ahead and do your reading. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh, I just had something in my throat chakra pop up. Show me Aries energy, please, for September 2025. Show me Aries energy for September 2025. What's going on with Aries, please? Aries. Okay. So far, minor arcana. Okay. I have a Virgo or a Cancer, a Leo, okay, a Gemini. On the underside of the deck, I have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. Right. So there's still choices that can be made, Aries, definitely. There may have been efforts done in the past, but not really working out. You know what I mean? Trying to piece something together. There might also have been situation here that's been a bit too tight, too close to the wire, sort of thing. I see a gift or an offering being talked about or given to you and rejected almost immediately. I can also see that, you know, your experience and the way that you stand with something, you feel that you know the right way that something has to be done. And the other person kind of explains something to you here that removes all doubt that the situation has been put down. You know, that the initial effort that maybe you have given kind of failed. You know, maybe you were too late. Maybe you were like 2 days late. But I can tell that since this moment of like rejection, and it could have just been you putting something completely down, it does sort of show that I'm not, well, how would I put it? The other person sort of says it's not necessary because the situation already ended. It's not something I need because it's already gone. You know, whoever this person is with the Sun card in the reverse, you might have been doing this favor for them. Maybe they were doing this for you. I do kind of show that when you met this person or when you saw this person, I want to kind of clarify it as well, because I think trying to bring balance and justice to a thing, let's just say it's that way. They seemed very happy to see you. If this hasn't happened yet, Aries, it's going to. You might have been doing something for this person to try to help release them from a struggle of some kind. And it's almost like they took your gift and they could have thrown it away. Yeah, it's sort of like helping someone up out of a hole, but there was throwing something away. Now, if this is not you, then perhaps, to me, it's like they were in a power struggle of some kind. That's the way it's showing me. To me. If you felt like you were being heroic in some way, this other person, they're very strong and empowered in their own right. And they're sort of telling you with this Ace of Swords in the upright, the direction that things are moving. You know, they're also saying that when the situation worked itself out, you know, well, to me, it's like this person was being very sweet. You too could have shared the movement and the direction forward. You could have been looking for some sort of guidance from them on how to come together. And maybe that was the expectation. You know, I expected to hear this story. I expected to show up with this evidence or this gift, join together with this person. And it seems as if they have things under control. They have it under control. I can also tell that you know, the expectation to come in and work together with this other person here, to kind of bond together with this other person over this communication with that Three of Swords in the reverse. Perhaps, I mean, obvious. It's very obvious it didn't go the way that you thought it would. To me, it looks as if someone's trying to protect another person. There's protection here. I'm also kind of catching that this could be like a protection of someone's future. There could be a third party or something that kind of got in the way. And the covering of another person. You know what else I'm kind of catching? I just want to make sure it's on. Someone could have, you know, walked on another person. Maybe you were trying to prevent that, but it seems that, okay, over here, there's someone trying to protect another person's pain, right? And then there's a coming together and speaking about this, but it's giving some sort of hope for the future. It also explains a lot kind of what's kind of going on in the present. I do see that you hear pain in the person's voice of the sharing of this. You're trying to prevent another person getting walked all over. Like, you don't want them to get walked all over, you know, and taken advantage of. However, this other person is, you know, they're climbing mountains. There's a power struggle here that they have. And the gift that you arrived with, or the message that you arrived with, they sort of throw it in the trash. And it may seem that they threw it behind them, maybe pushed it to the back of their priority list, because the power struggle failed before you kind of showed up. I do see a very, you know, there's words here coming towards you about how it failed. You want to come in with something and give aid, reprieve. I think you're sitting with the feelings of this, and maybe perhaps you're not used to getting rejected. If you are used to getting rejected, you're sick and tired of feeling that way, you know? And when this news and this message sort of comes in, there's a working out, you know, seeing this person iron things out, and it confuses you. It confuses you. If you're from one of those places where protection is hard to come by, and you felt that something you were handing a person was going to improve their life in some sort of way, it does show that there's confusion about what really, you know, what really went on. I'm also catching here that in my Okay, so number one, there's that hero complex, right? Number two, I do see that when you offer this communication, like there's this talk with the other person, you feel the bond, you know? There's also a hope for the future. And then there's this confusion that sort of steps in. I thought that my experience with this person, or I thought that my experience here would be strong enough to stand up against whatever these other people were going through. You may have even chosen to kind of stay silent around a group of people, or to extract yourself from a group of people for the minute. Yeah, look at the Temperance in the reverse. This is kind of someone who's expressing emotions that are, maybe you were like highlighted with this person, where, wow, look at the Nine of Wands in the upright and the Seven of Swords in the upright. Hold on. Okay. Look at the Lovers in the reverse. Okay. Perhaps you felt that sharing with the other person was going to bring more emotional stability, and to find out it doesn't. They pull it out of you. There's this feeling of, yes, I can talk with this person, I can share with this person. And then it does look to me like there's a ripping out from under the rug. I'm also hearing that for some of you, this is temporary. Yeah, I feel it kind of in my heart chakra. This is a temporary thing, because it would be like, hey, I thought this would work. I thought this would be a good thing for us to do. I thought, and then it gets dropped. It gets dropped. There's an event of some kind coming in the future here, and maybe perhaps it would be like offering someone, when I see you again, I'd like to sit next to you. And you're used to this person showing up, and then they don't. Or they tell you, I can't. There might be embarrassment around this as well. And so there's an avoidance of wanting to see this person again. But then again, there's not, there's not. Yeah. I think also seeing how strong someone is here, it looks to me like it shakes someone up. They're strong enough here where they're not being open and they're not talking. It's upsetting another person. I see a Sagittarius here who's upset. A Sagittarius who might have been involved with creating a negative environment, not seeing their portion of it. If there is upset or anger here, this person is hiding it. They're shielding it. This person's face is covered, so their expression could be blank.